I'm always watching from the knee down, typically, when I watch great events. Whether it's a Super Bowl or a World Series or a World Cup, I'm always watching the playing surface to see how well the ball rolls, how the ball hops, the footing of the players, things of that nature. Oh, it's quite a big undertaking. They prepare for 2 to 3 years prior to a major event such as World Cup coming to a country. The economic impact of an event like that is beyond words for the community. And as far as the stadium goes, you have a lot of fans who aren't used to coming to that stadium. So from an event management preparation standpoint, you really have to be ready for that. When it comes to the playing surface, you typically try to bring in some new sod or grow a new field in for that. Over time, fields will become undulated. They may not be as smooth or as nice as what we would want to have for an event like that. It really is the biggest world sporting event that there is. So you want to put your best foot forward and make sure that you have a perfect playing surface for that event. Absolutely. In the Amazon, where they're working right now, you would not want to have a grass that could not tolerate the heat and humidity down there. So the playing surface, the variety of grass that you might use in that climate might be a little bit different than what you might use in the stadium in the city. There are a lot of challenges, I understand, in the preparation of that field. Just getting supplies there, things to prepare the field, equipment, things like that, were a little bit more challenging than what you would expect. I believe they put a little bit of dye down on that field to make the green surface more uniform. But I know that they roll all the fields and cut them at a uniform height and things of that nature. The aesthetics of the field wasn't that great, but the playing surface itself, from a safety, playability standpoint, was up to par for that particular event. I like to believe that on a smaller scale we do these type of things here at Michigan State, here on our pitch. Typically you'll want to walk the surface, make sure that there isn't anything that would be unsafe for the next event. Meaning if a player made a hard cut and had a push of some turf, or made an area where you could roll an ankle or something like that when you stepped into it, you would definitely want to check all of those things first. After that, it's a lot of just going around and working the goal mouse, making sure they're smooth, making sure everything is rolled and smooth again for the next event. Having the surface smooth and level and uniform is so much more critical in soccer, because the ball is 90% of the time on the ground. So that foot to surface to ball interaction is really critical. And the shorter you roll it or mow it, obviously the faster the surface is. It all depends on so many things. It really depends on how much rain they have during the event, how much moisture is in the soil. Are they chewing it up during the event, thinning the turf out itself? I would say you'd probably need at least a couple weeks of maintenance following an event like that. I mean, natural grass is a living thing, and it is affected by environmental conditions as well as wear and tear, so to speak. And it takes time. You have to balance out your usage in a stadium if you want to have that kind of facility. You have to balance use, maintenance, so that you can have a quality playing surface. Here at MSU, in all of our athletic facility fields, we have soil moisture sensors, and it monitors soil temperature as well as soil moisture and salinity. Salinity is not a big issue for us here in our part of the country, but down in areas such as Arizona and places like that, where they have salt water and issues and salt buildup because they don't get a lot of rain, it's a huge issue to be able to monitor those things. Our whole maintenance program is based around soil temperatures and soil moisture monitoring. In the years that we have had the monitoring system in, we have been able to reduce our inputs as far as fertilizer, chemicals, plant protectants that we would spray on the grass. We've reduced our water usage, our irrigation usage by 1/3. Just being able to monitor those amounts and have the right amount of moisture for the grass and the soil. You know, maintaining grass, keeping it weed-free, the heights and varieties of bluegrass we use here at MSU. We try to pick grasses that are the most disease-resistant, disease-tolerant grasses that we can, so we can minimize the amount of plant protectants that we would need to spray. But there are, you know, times when we do get some disease, but we try to use chemicals that are as environmentally friendly as possible because we do have a lot of camps and kids and different things out here. So that's always a huge concern of ours, that safety is our primary concern.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Amy. It's been wonderful talking to you. Many people after a game will rush the fans to see their opinion and rush the coach and rush the players, but no one rushes the people that manage the field. So we're glad to right an injustice today by having you tell us a little bit about what it takes to manage a soccer field.
Thank you very much. The guys that are doing that right now really should be commended. It's a huge challenge in a climate like Brazil to have the kind of pitches that they have, and they should really, everybody should write them a little card and say thank you, because it's pretty awesome.
Thanks very much, Amy.
Thanks.